On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
2nd and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here is 3rd and 5.
79 Broncos. Here we go, sack. 18, Pioneer.
Purdy looking to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Lynch to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Lynch to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's H2h. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Here's Lynch. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. You look at the defense for these Texans. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Lynch. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Rolling to his right. That's to his running back, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Lynch. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Now it's Lynch. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Purdy from his own end zone. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's got room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The Texans at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And last week, not only on the scoreboard, but I saw it on tape as well. Definitely not one of their finer performances because they were outclassed pretty much right from the start. So I think there'll be a renewed emphasis on trying to be a little better out of the gate in this one so they don't fall into a big hole.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Purdy. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there. A big one. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Jahmyr Gibbs, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly.
Here's a diving catch right side. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. To throw is Lynch. Flush to his right. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and a yard. Now it's Lynch. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Throwing, Lynch. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Slot man moves right. Fourth down. Here's Lynch. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. And now Lynch. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Here's Lynch to throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts As they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's Lynch. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Purdy from the gun. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Here's Purdy. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little, one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
After the interception, here's Lynch. Oh, and that is incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lynch.
Throw caught by Achane.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Let's go. Mikey, 18, 79 Broncos. 18, Pioneer.
Now Lynch to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Spencer. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Once again, it's Lynch. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On first down, back to Achane.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Achane.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now H2h on 1st and 10. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They're going on 4th down. It's Lynch.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
Back to the ground, H2h.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Lynch to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. Now it's Lynch.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami.
Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
To the right side and caught by Dell. Down the sideline he goes. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back.
Ready.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2.
Let's go now.
Purdy will throw for it.
And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Here's Lynch. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Lynch. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
from 8 yards out.
And the Texans have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. To throw is Lynch. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Spencer. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Lynch. They'll swing this out wide. Here's H2h. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Lynch to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back. Complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Oh, design run for their wideout. And some room to roam now. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
And h2h going to go in motion. On first and 10, here's Gibbs.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Let's go now.
That'll be taken in by h2h.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go, set.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
from 21 yards away.
And the Texans are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Lynch. He'll dump this off to Achane.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Now they'll audible to something else. Throwing now is Lynch. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Lynch to throw. And they hit him as he throws as this one's...